The best show in Africa has officially started. This is hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Artistic Tuesday, as hosted by me, Brian Aseli. I hope you've enjoyed the art news. But right about now, I have to take you all the way to Uganda, or rather, we bring Uganda to this space. And I'm going to make sure that you get to talk to Jjuuko. Hello, sir. How are you?
Great, how are you doing?
I'm very fine. Just a little bit about yourself so that people get to know you, probably as an artist and as just in general as a person.
I'm Jjuuko. I come from Uganda, Kampala, and I'm an artist. I do paint, though painting is not my specialty. I am a graduate from Kampala University, and I studied medical illustration, which is under anatomy. So I basically learned how to draw human bodies and different parts of their bodies. So it's from that skill that I actually try to take it to another level to start painting what I could draw.
So are you a full-time artist, or?
I am a full-time artist.
Oh, nice. How did you decide to change that? Because probably parents would go like, we paid our school fees so that you can be able to study anatomy and stuff like that, but then you decided to be a visual artist.
No, I studied anatomy in art.
Oh, anatomy in art.
In
so
art.
It's still in art.
So it's in art, yes.
Okay.
And after my graduation, I had to actually go and lecture at Kampala University. But I found out that teaching wasn't my thing, so I wanted to sit in the studio and do stuff and spend most of the time in the studio creating works than standing on the blackboard and teach. So that's why I decided to become a full-time artist.
Okay, right now I want you to give us a view or just a take on some of the arts that you've done, because this is your exhibition, and of course you've done it in collaboration with someone else. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yes, I can talk about that. This is an exhibition that I usually make solo shows here, because I'm a solo artist, and I usually make solo shows. I've done different exhibitions around the world, and usually I have a show here every February and every September. So I have two shows depicting different aspects of life. Sometimes it's world life, and sometimes it's the life that is not like us, day-to-day life. So that's the two exhibitions that I have on different, in different months. Yeah.
But this one is the African Kaleidoscope, and you're working with Zee-Caroline.
Yes, this is an exhibition that we decided to put up together with my friend Zee. She is amazing. She uses mixed media. And the mixed media she uses, among the materials she uses African fabrics, which are depicting different colors, and that's the name where the name came from, African Kaleidoscope. And me, I'm mostly working on the wildlife, because I'm doing a project about wildlife conservation, and I'm writing a book about wildlife conservation. So it's mainly I'm always focusing on wildlife and how most of the species are becoming extinct, and addressing and telling the public what they should be conscious about.
Okay. So many people out there want to just take a closer view of your art, and maybe you just talk about some of them as we move around the exhibition.
These are some of my works. This one is a lioness, as you can see it, but it can be, a picture can just be any picture, but when you attach some meaning to it, as I told you earlier, I'm working on wildlife conservation, and when you look at this, the title for this is you're either chasing something or something is chasing you. So I have
that's why the expression.
Yeah, the expression. So now the wildlife, because it's under extinct, and people are poaching wildlife, and so the wildlife is running for itself. This is the kind of image that I wanted to portray, that the wildlife is trying to run for itself, looking for
its own life.
running for its life, and the humans are very busy chasing it, and so, and yet we need both of us,
Yeah, true. This one, these are rare cows.
These are rare cows. These are rare cows. These are like Uganda pride. They are called long-horned Ankole cows. They are usually found in Uganda.
Your president has so many of these.
Yeah, he has many. The president has very many of them, and it's pride to have such cows. Like for example, among you, in the things you have, if you'll be considered wealthy if you have something like this in your home.
Do you have one of these?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, when I grow up, I want to be like you.
So this is
One
another,
of the big five.
yeah, one of the big five. These are also some animals that are becoming extinct because people are poaching them every day. So if you look at the animals that I'm mostly focusing on, are those animals that are endangered. Those are the
endangered species.
the endangered species. And this is one of the work that my colleague is.
We're going to talk
did.
to her later, so probably just go to this one.
And this one is a gorilla painting that I did from Uganda. In Uganda, we have a lot of wildlife, and among
You have gorillas?
we have
as well?
very many gorillas. Actually, we have, I think, the most, beautiful and gorillas.
You have to say that.
Yeah,
because
And,
Kenya has none.
Anyone should come to Uganda and visit and see these amazing creatures. The gorillas are very beautiful. You should come to Mugahinga. You should come to different places in Uganda, and you will be able to find these gorillas. Yeah.
So did you draw it from observation, or did you just get a picture?
I usually go there most of the time that I'm going to make paintings. I usually go there, visit them, make sketches and take pictures and come back to your studio and create something out. I have also been to Rwanda in the gorilla naming ceremony, where gorillas are, the newborn babies are given names, and so I've been there. I've done some live paintings from there. So yeah, this is something you should come to Uganda and see.
It's a good way of actually exporting your culture and the art in your nation, or rather tourism in your nation.
Yeah, sure.
What difference have you spotted in your years of experience? If you want to compare Kenyan art and Ugandan art, what's that one difference that we have when it comes to maybe how artists capture their work?
All right, I think the difference that I'm seeing between Ugandan art and Kenyan art is in Uganda, the artists are more realistic. They are more realistic, as in realistic, I mean in terms of the way they portray their subjects. And in Kenya, they are more of a contemporary statement
abstract
art,
as well.
abstract art. But I think I see where the difference comes from, because when you go back to Uganda, we have a school of art, the school of art BIFA at Makere, which focuses specifically on art. And I think
we also have BIFA, but it's Buruburu. It's
all right, now, like when you look at, I know it's here, but now the other one is a complete school.
Oh, nice.
Like it's an independent school that focuses on the entire discipline of art, which helps, I think, the graduates that come from BIFA in Makere have a stronger, kind of stand when it comes. For example, they have a very strong command of drawing. When it comes to realism, or if you look in East Africa, I'm not saying that because I'm a Ugandan, but I think Ugandans are, when it comes to realistic art, they are slightly higher than the Kenyans. I like the contemporary art in Kenya, and I like the statement art they do, which is also, I think, should come to Uganda.
I will come to Uganda. I love this one. It's an ostrich?
It's an ostrich, yes. So now these are also other endangered species.
And it's also, sorry, I'm cutting you short, but then it's a different technique. So how different is it from the rest?
It's a different technique, because when you look at all the art that you're going to see here, most of the images that are painted like this in that kind of impressionistic way and not realistic way, those are the animals that are under extinct.
Yeah.
The disappearing animal. So they're endangered. So very soon, as you're seeing the animal like this, you will not see it anymore.
Okay.
So that's
it's
why
like
I
it's
paint
fading.
it like that. It's like it's fading.
This is my favorite, by the way. Let's move to this one. This is my favorite, and you're selling it at 79,000 shillings. I feel like it should be 400,000. I don't know why, because it's one of my favorites. Does it probably have a name or something like that?
Yes. It has, okay, I'm calling it a gorilla portrait, but my artistic interpretation of it is through his eyes. Is most of that, when you look at this gorilla, at the same time you like the output of, for example, the artistic integrity that is displayed on the canvas. But at the same time, there is something within the eyes. If you look at the eyes of the gorilla, and if you've been near gorillas for so many times, you understand their moods and emotions. And
I've
when
never
you look
seen
at
a gorilla,
this
imagine.
So now, when you look
I
at
need
this,
to come to Uganda.
when you look at this in comparison to the other gorilla that I talked about earlier, this gorilla is kind of like sad. So It's more like, so we had some issues about gorilla poaching, and people were killing gorillas in Congo and things like that. So this is among the gorillas that I painted, and it had lost a child. So, and when you look in the eyes, they're kind of like sad eyes. And the reason why I painted it on a dark background with this image merging out or fading is a sign of sadness. So it's as beautiful as it is, the message behind it is sad. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's deep, but I would sell this one for 400,000. This is amazing as well. It's a giraffe.
Yes, it's a giraffe.
Probably just talk to us about it. Also, almost the same technique as you used on
yes,
the ostrich.
I usually do two. I use a clear one, and then I use also this one, which is I call it impressionistic. Yeah, to also tease the eye of the viewer, for you to have that kind of imaginary concept as you're viewing the picture, to make you also a painter. So that you can create your own.
So you participate with your eyes, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Now this one is crazy because a lion never has such popping colors. But then, what's the inspiration behind it?
All right. This painting is actually a depiction of me because I come from the lion clan. And
how do you call it in Luganda?
Mpologoma.
Mpologoma.
Yes.
You see how sweet it sounds.
Mpologoma. And actually, my king in Buganda is also referred to. His other name is called Mpologoma. It's called the lion.
Oh, the lion.
So, and I come from also the royal family.
Oh, nice.
So I am a lion.
You're a lion.
I am a lion. So, and the depiction of the lion in different colors and things. This shows the diversity of my culture, where I come from, and it shows the brightness of the of my clan, where I come from, which is the lion clan, and the central, which is the Buganda, which is a colorful place and very welcoming. And so this is generally a depiction of me. A something that I wanted to do, just to talk about me.
Are you selling this as well?
No.
I know.
That's why it doesn't have a price tag anyway.
That's like your personal possession.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice. But at least I've learned one new word in Luganda.
Pologoma.
You have to say it with a lot of breath.
You have to say it,
But then let's break it from probably the works of art that you've been doing. This more like cityscape.
Now,
is it an actual place?
Yeah, the cityscapes this is something that actually most people know me for. I usually I've been documenting the African streets, the African city streets, and then the way they use them. Recently, I just made an art piece for a company in South Africa, which asked me to make a painting that would depict Africa in like maybe 40 years to come. And this was in relationship to the way people are using the streets and how the urban areas are transforming. And when you, for example, look at this, there is a lot of mess that we have within our cities.
True.
What you find in Nairobi is the same thing you're going to find in Uganda, is the same thing you find in other city, Lagos or whatever. So there's no respect for pedestrians. Trade is very uncontrolled. There's road trade. There's a lot of things.
But there's a lot of color, and there's a lot of life. There's a lot of noise as well.
There is, but then at the same time, then there has to be some sense of organization. And I'm not saying the mixture of people coming into different places and then doing things together, different other things together is bad, but how is it being done, and what is it maybe compromising? So to me, a city like that has a lot of compromise it brings in terms of, for example, pollution, uncontrolled traffic, different things. So that's why I portray that too.
That's why you portrayed that. But then probably let's move to the other side. I'm seeing more colorful stuff. But then let's start with this before we go there, because this is also human interaction. Yes.
Now, here when I bring in people, I'm bringing in the day-to-day life, and then when you look at the focus here, these are paintings that I did on the Women's Day. I'm looking at this, and then we're seeing this is Lake Victoria in Uganda at the Gaba landing site, and the focus here is not about fishing, it's not about trade, but it's also about the women.
Okay.
the African women and their role towards trade and revenue.
Yeah, true, especially in the small markets.
Exactly, in the small markets. When you go almost like 90%, you find there are women, and they're contributing a lot to, you know, the development of the country. So when you see this, you don't see any man. This is a live picture that I took, and I saw women walking. And when I went to the landing site, they are the women. This is
Lake Victoria from the other side, or from
yes,
the Kenyan side?
No, from the other side, Uganda. This is work that used to be done by men, but now look at how it's transiting from men to women. And
but
so it's portraying the power of a woman in the development of the country.
That's really nice that you're seeing it in positive light. For the feminists, I think they would go like, you know, the women are being misused and stuff like that. There's one that you did. It's a human.
Yes.
I love this because it's Kenyan culture over here in Tanzanian as well.
Exactly.
But you'll tell us exactly the inspiration behind it.
Yes.
Just real quick, the techniques used here. And
so what basically I usually do is like, for example, as when I tap on my theme about art, of course, it's about life. Many people ask me about, what do you paint? You know, what's your art about? My art is about life. So everything that I'm painting is about life. So now I wanted to also bring in a mixture of wildlife and at the same time the life, you know, our day-to-day life.
Human.
Human. And now in comparison with the life we have right here to the wildlife that I've shown you there, now when you look at the human life here, it's very peaceful. We have our peace, we have the smiles that are being shown. We have the pride in being warriors and whatever.
And even the embrace of culture.
The embrace of culture. But then this is the same image the wildlife should be portraying. So the wildlife should also be left alone to enjoy and be received and seen in with dignity, the way we see ourselves. As we are careful and happy on heart, and you know, we're free to do anything we want, we improve our lives and we can have a smile, we should also let the wildlife also, you know, have a smile.
So it's also like a statement,
it's a statement that
you're making.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's in comparison with the wildlife that I've shown you there. When you look at the other faces are sad for the wildlife, but when you come here, then you see happiness.
People are happy.
Yeah, people are happy. So how about if we also transfer this kind of happiness that we have on our head, and the pride in being warriors and very strong, and in the pride of, you know, boosting our culture and being proud of it, also we respect the wildlife and preserve it.
In one word, why are you doing art? Because I've seen all the interactions that you've done. You've gone to different countries, but there's a reason as to why you do it. Even without the money, without the travel and everything, I still know that you're deep within, you're an artist. Why are you an artist, really?
That's a very deep question, but I'll tell you one thing. To me, art is my life. So if I can end my life, I'll just have to stop doing art. So it's one way I can talk. I speak well, express myself better with a brush or with the strokes of lines, as opposed to just speaking out, you know. So to me, I believe every piece that I bring out for people to see has got its own artistic integrity, to also bring a statement to you, to tell you what I'm feeling. The way you have been looking at the pictures and they say, I like this because of this and this and this. That's my way of communicating, and that's my way of bringing my life from my heart to you.
When I grow up and get kids, I'm going to tell them I met Jjuuko Arts. Thank you very much for creating time to be with us, but then look at that camera and just tell them tell everyone how we can be able to find you on social media.
All right, you can find me on social media. You can go under the same names, Jjuuko Hoods on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. You can also follow me on Facebook under the same name, Jjuuko Hoods. You can also find me on Twitter. You can also come and find me in Uganda. I own 2 art galleries. I have Asante Art Gallery, and I also have Karibu Art Gallery. And then if I'm in Kenya, I usually make a show here in the Village Market Main Hall every February and every September. So I'm always here towards the last week of the month. And my next exhibition will be in September, which will be showcasing anatomy, human body, it's going to be different. I'm very sure it's nothing that has ever been shown in Kenya or East Africa. So these are works that I've been working on for the last 7 years. And I'll be showcasing them here in September. And the exhibition will also be re-shown in March next year. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for creating time to be here with us. And of course, like the names of your two art galleries, Asante and Karibu.
Asante and Karibu.
Yeah, thank you very much and welcome again.
Yes.
Asante Sana. We're going to go on to Z, who's going to be showing us a different form of art. We are all the way from Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, but then this time around we're going down south to South Africa, and she's here. She's one of the best artists I've met today, and she's really warm, and each picture has a story. How about we talk to Z and get to find out? Z, high five.
Brian.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
How do you say hi in any language in South Africa?
Dumela,
Dumela.
Sawubona, Goeiemorgen. There's 11 different languages.
In Kenya you say habari gani, you say mzuri. So when I say habari, you say?
Mzuri.
Nice.
Mzuri sana.
Karibu. So right now we just want to get an introduction so people get to know you.
Yes.
Yeah. And probably what you do.
So I actually have two different elements. I'm actually a management coach and a creativist, an artist. And my art is about combining those two. So, so each of the pieces, in fact, look at creating different perspectives. So today, in today's world, we're so busy, we're so swamped with Instagram and social media and advertising, we don't create spaces for ideas. And each of these pieces, which I'll show you, you can turn them around and have different perspectives, but there's also a hidden heart in each picture.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that as you stare at a picture and spend time looking for the heart, you're not thinking about anything else. You're giving your brain a space just to find some space. Sometimes we need the space to get new ideas, to solve problems. So that's one of the elements.
Is it literal, like you can find a heart?
It's a little heart in each picture.
In each picture.
Yes.
I can't be able to find any at the moment, but can you be able to spot it probably?
So, can you see it? Do you want me to show you where this one is?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so just follow my finger.
Okay.
And you will see
A
the
small
piece of material.
Oh,
Can you see it?
Yes.
Just
but then it's
defend it.
mixed with the others, so you
Yes.
can't actually see, but it really pops
But
if
the
you move
reason
closer.
for that is that it is an illusion.
Okay.
So it's within the picture, but you have to spend some time finding it. And thereby taking a break from thinking about other things, because all you're focused on is that.
What's this form of art? Let's look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
Like literally.
So this is mixed media, and the media that I use in these pieces is African fabrics. I've lived in different countries in East and West Africa, outside of South Africa, the last 7 years. And the pieces of fabrics in all these pieces that I have are from Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast, Kenya, South Africa, Mozambique, Ethiopia. So it's a collection of fabrics that I have that I use in each of these pieces. So if you look at the work, you'll see just even in one space, there's many, many different pieces of fabric.
And it takes a lot of time to actually come up with this form of art. So what's the name of this form of art?
So
is it fabric art or what do you call it?
Mixed media.
Or mixed media.
Mixed media, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Using fabric.
Is this your most treasured work?
I love it, yes.
You love it?
The African Kaleidoscope. Also, this piece means a lot for me because Africa is diverse, Africa is energetic, Africa has so much innovation and artistic talent that the world still needs to see. So this is almost a statement piece to say, and it's a big piece to say, come and look at Africa. People don't know what is the hidden gems in Africa. And also, it's hung this way at the moment, but again, perspective, this piece can be hung in 4 different ways. You can
and
turn
actually,
it around.
one of our cameramen just told us, do you know if you turn this thing upside down, it still makes sense? And I was like, yeah. But then now that you've said it,
It does.
actually makes perfect sense.
And as you turn it, you get a different perspective, so you don't see the same thing. Yeah.
Nice. Let's go to probably another work of art and get to look at it. This is one of my favorites right now.
Okay.
I hope you're not going to sell this one. Oh, you're selling it. But it's really nice, just the African shape. Anything special about it as well?
Yes, so one of the other themes that I'm quite passionate about in the work that I do is women of Africa and the strength of women in Africa and what they're able to do to uplift the continent. So this is the map, but there's a female, as you can see, in the perspective of Africa. And that just...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you see her?
Yeah, like finally I can. Can I
Yes,
just
yes.
go take it round? Like, guys, if you look at it, it's like this, going round. So it's like a woman with a head wrap.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, also an illusion within the picture, but to say women of Africa are critical to the continents of Africa. And if we have a look at this piece as well, I've depicted it here to say that even though this woman has a small frame, and sometimes women are viewed differently or viewed that they have to look a specific way, the richness of women in Africa is what needs to be focused on. And I've detailed this I am. I've titled it I Am to show that strength, that within that is a great strength. You can see by her posture.
And she's so confident. You can actually see that. Oh, nice.
And how that adds to the value of the continent.
How is South African art so different from other forms of art in the countries that you've been? Because I can see you're using a lot of fabric, and of course you have a lot of emotion behind it. But then how different is it from other forms of art? And how would you like African art to be seen outside Africa?
I think South Africa has a very well-developed art market. You know, it's quite well known. There's a number of artists that are selling internationally. I think African artists, there is so much talent, and I think they need to be showcased more. I think African artists need to be seen. So what you're doing, for example, I think is amazing. Because of the talent that people may not know about. So yes, there's different forms of art, there's mixed media, but there are artists that need to be shown more.
Okay.
And also the art treated fairly in terms of pricing and what people will charge or pay for them, or what artists get. So that for me is a big...
We have so many middlemen.
So many middlemen.
Yeah, so
and
it means the artist gets little.
So little.
Okay.
And a review of that, you know.
What does this exhibition generally mean to you? Because I'd like to just look at other forms of art and get to find out, what does this exhibition in Nairobi mean to you?
So I'm collaborating with Jjuuko, which you've just met, and that's also one of the important themes, is that I think Africa, we need collaboration, not competition. So this exhibition, we are friends. I met Jjuuko in Uganda, and we have been friends, and we decided to exhibit together, and it's, for me, it's that part.
Are you gaining more by collaborating as compared to working solo?
Yes. So Jjuuko is an amazing artist. He's at many solo exhibitions, and this was an experiment for the two of us, but we've had, so people will walk in who are attracted to the mixed media, to the fabric. People will walk in attracted to the wildlife, and you're getting different people coming through, and you're able to speak to different people and provide context to different people. So I do think it's an important element.
Nice. I'd like to look at
These
some more.
pieces
Their
here.
flowers, they look more
So
flowery.
another a theme that it's very close to home for me is Africa and nature. And these pieces depict, so these are African daisies, my depiction of African daisies. And then I have these, can I show you these?
Yes.
So these are animals. So this is the elephant. And this for me is just a bird, but calm. It's called solitude. Because just being in nature can do so much for your mind, for your thinking, for your soul. And
Like you've said, we need to create more space where we are alone and get to just look at ourselves, as compared to being on social media all the time and consuming advertisements all the time. I got that point.
So this is one of the ways that I do that, is through nature. But Africa has so much to offer, so much beautiful spaces. So it also reflects that.
As we finish, I'd like you to also just talk to us about probably these ones.
Okay.
And how we can be able to find you on social media so that people get to interact more with your art.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So this one is also, it's called the Circle of Life. And with this one as well, if you look closely, it just looks like fabrics. But if you walk back,
it's like
you will start seeing the circles within it.
Literally, yeah, you can actually see that.
Yes.
And it creates movement with your eyes.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
This is a print of a piece that I did. So I'm just also experimenting with different styles. And mixed media, I've used the fabrics here, but I also did a photo book of a boxing club in Uganda.
You want to show us?
I can show you that.
Yes, really quick.
Okay, let's just
As
do it
we just experience your art some more. Also,
So-
you did this.
Yes, so this, when I lived in Uganda, I did this photo book. It's of an amazing boxing club in Uganda. And why it's amazing is because in this boxing club, it's run by two twin brothers. They have strong, powerful female boxers. There's one of the ladies. They also have a blind boxer.
Oh,
Who boxes in the ring. So this book that I've done is also contributes to them.
okay.
So a percentage I give back to them.
So,
But it is an amazing
so it's more
story.
like charity with your art.
Yes.
You're working on something right there,
So
but
I'm
before
busy,
before I
yes.
let you do it,
Yes.
I'd like you to just tell us how we can be able to find you on social
Okay,
media.
so I'm on Facebook as Creative Soul, CRE8TVESOUL, or Zee-Caroline on Facebook and Instagram. You can find me on Creative Soul. And then I also have a website, creativesoul.com. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I really want to stay and watch you finish this, but we have to go to the next workspace. But thank you very much for creating time
Thank
to be
you.
here with us, and probably see you next time in South Africa.
Yes, or I'll be doing exhibitions probably later this year, September, and possibly March next year here in Nairobi.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So if you're out there, keep on watching, because I have to leave this space and continue showing you the best in art. So if you're out there, keep on using the hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Artistic Tuesday.